Tonight, the Flying Dutch of Hope host the Fighting Scots of Alma College in MIAA action. Before we begin tonight, fans, we've got to start off with Hope College Volleyball partnering with Dance Marathon for tonight's match. At this time, we direct your attention to the court for a welcome from Dance Marathon representative Katie Kaiser.
Hello friends, my name is Katie and I have the absolute privilege of being one of the directors for Hope College Dance Marathon this year. And you might be asking yourself, what is Dance Marathon? And I will happily tell you. Dance Marathon is a student-run organization through Children's Miracle Network, which is a network of 170 children's hospitals. Throughout the year, we hold events that fundraise and bring awareness to our very own Helen DeVos Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids. And it culminates to our big event where we stand on our feet and dance for 24 hours in solidarity with our families that have been treated or are being treated at Helen DeVos. We are so grateful and excited to be partnering with our amazing volleyball team. Our event is on March 9th and 10th, so be looking out for our events throughout the year. And now I would happily like to introduce two of our very own miracle children, Libby and Ella, who will be singing the national anthem.
He has his headset on, like on his head. I just don't know if it's connected.
Hey guys, come up front! Woo! So speak to everybody.
Number 6, Vanessa Reinhout. Number 8, Ryan Stutz. Number 10, Emma Dumay. Number 11, Katie Rietberg. And number 14, Adair Cutler. Number 15, Emily Farwell. And number 16, Rose Thompson. And now starting for the Flying Dutch, a 5'8" sophomore from Grand Rapids, number 1, Gabby Vachon. The 5'9" senior from Indianapolis, number 2, Sophie Hackett. The 5'4" senior from Saline, number 4, Mallory Luke. The 5'11" senior from Encinitas, California, number 7, Paige Baker. The 6-foot junior from Centennial, Colorado, number 9, Grace Ditzenberger. The 6'1" senior from Grand Rapids, number 13, Haley Moeller. And a 5'10" senior from Winfield, Illinois, number 17, Leah Dunlap. Your Hope College Flying Dutch are coached by head coach Becky Schmidt, assisted by Tom Doherty, Gene Kagris. Let's begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DeVos Fieldhouse inside of Hope College. I am Carly Van Swal alongside Clayton Safey, and you are here today for the matchup between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Alma Fighting Scots. Clayton, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, it's great to be with you, Carly. Excited for some volleyball here on this Tuesday night. Wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Right. So I'm going to introduce you the starting lineup for the Alma Fighting Scots, and Clayton's going to get to you for the Hope team. We have starting senior Dakota Pellock, number 2, number 5, Brianna Zimmer, junior, number 8, Haley Novak, a freshman, number 12, Kara Muxlow, a senior, number 19, Georgia Miller, sophomore, number 20, Katie Bush, a junior from close to home here in Holland, Michigan, from Lowell, Michigan. And number 2, Bailey Cantrell, who is also a freshman and will be your libero tonight.
All right, and starting for Hope is going to be Gabby Vachon, Sophie Hackett, Paige Baker, Grace Ditzenberger, Haley Muller, Leah Dunlap, and Mallory Luke.
And right there we see the serve is up as Hackett's going to go right away to Dunlap, and Dunlap goes right for the tip in front of the 10-foot line. Bailey Cantrell, good heads-up play, but couldn't quite get to that tip in time. So she'll send Jenna Vanderlaan, number 5, sophomore from South Christian, back to the line to serve. As Cantrell will get this ball up. And we'll get a free ball right away from the Scots. As Hackett goes to Muller this time, off the block, off the team block of Pellock and Muxlow.
And a good job by Hope to start off. Good execution, getting a couple quick points here, and definitely the start that they were looking for.
They go once again to Cantrell, who will go this time to Miller, and Miller connects with this one. So she'll send herself back to the line to serve. And good quick play on the Scots' part. As Vanderlaan will get this ball up, but Hackett goes for the quick tip that Miller was just not expecting.
Yeah, Alma was just not ready for that. Hope, that's a good job recognizing what they had looking across the net.
Haley Miller to serve. This ball is up to Zimmer. And this time they choose to go to Pellock, but that is recovered by Muller. This time we go to Baker. Nice strong hit right in between Miller and Novak.
Yeah, good velocity on that. It sent Miller to the ground. And another good point by Hope.
Miller misses the mark on that one. And I think this is a key time, Clayton, for Alma to really kind of get a side out here, do whatever they can to get a point and get their hands back in the serve.
Yeah, otherwise this thing could kind of start slipping away in this first set.
And this ball's returned over to the Scots. This time they go to Zimmer. Luke with a good dig, but we're going to call that one in the net by Paige Baker. So net violation there, so Cantrell will go back to the line to serve. Strong hit by Pellock. Rietberg will set this up to Luke, who will free ball it over. Novak goes to Zimmer again with the tip. Vanderlaan tries to get a pancake on it, but doesn't get it high enough.
And we said it, Carly. It was a good opportunity for Alma to get and make this thing closer, and now 5-3.
Vanderlaan returns this as Hacker goes to Muller. Muller making the most out of that as Novak will set Bush this time. Good effort by Luke, but couldn't get much more than a chicken wing on it. So Cantrell will continue to serve. Good strong serve. Cantrell must have eaten her Wheaties this morning as that one flies out. Paige Baker back to the line to serve. Good strong serve. Novak will set this up for a back row hit from Miller. Paige Baker saves it out of the Duke crew, and Muller will free ball it over. Novak sets up Pellock, with a strong hit to the back row. Pellock doing a great job so far. Really making some strong connections with the ball.
A good start by Hope, but Alma's really turned it up here, 6-5.
Miranda Schaefer, junior from Norton Shores, will go back to the line to serve. Muller will get this ball, but it goes right into the net. Hackett can't get there in time. And this is kind of a tricky point, Clayton, where if Alma starts to take the lead, Hope's going to have to work a lot harder to get back, and they're used to being in the lead for most of the game.
Yeah, Hope comes in 4-0 in MIAA play and 8-4 overall. Well, you see Alma down at just 1-2 in the MIAA standings. So definitely Hope expected this thing to go differently so far in the early going. But there's a lot of time left.
Hackett with a good set to Rietberg. Good placement, good line shot. Schaefer's hands are on it, but couldn't get it to where she wanted to go. Leah Dunlap will sub in for the Dutchman. As Hackett serves this one out. And those are the simple points we've seen both Alma and Hope serve it out of bounds. And if that continues to happen, those are some points that you don't want to lose, the easy points.
Yeah, those are just unforced errors.
So Hackett sets this time up to Rietberg. Rietberg always putting so much power on that ball. So Gabby Vachon will come into the game to play back row for Katie as she sets this one up for a serve. Schaefer setting from front in the row now as she gets that to Miller. Luke now sets up Muller. Zimmer and Cantrell both went for that, but neither could connect. Sean goes to Cantrell again. Schaefer with a jump set to O'Keefe. Sean once again with the serve. Again to Cantrell. Schaefer saved that one. Bush making the most of both of those plays. Gabby will slow this down to Muller. Good block right there between Bush and O'Keefe. As Brooke Mason will sub in. And she'll serve. That one to Luke. As Hackett will set up Dunlap on the right side. Once again, good team blocking from Muxlow and Zimmer. Alma doing a really great job at putting a lot of pressure on Hope's hitters, forcing them to adjust across that block, which Hope has not yet done. Schaefer chooses to go to Miller. Miller with some good placement.
Yeah, like you just said, Carly, I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to this Alma front line for the blocking, the good job they're doing there, and not allowing Hope to get anything easy.
So Haley Novak will come in to serve. And we'll also see the return of Pellock. Hackett sets this one up to Muller. A little off the net. Good chicken wing right there by Zimmer as Novak sets up Miller. Off the block of Baker and Dunlap. Good vision right there. And some power to hit that through the block. Novak with the serve again to Vachon. Hackett chooses to go to Baker. Baker, good shot. Novak goes to Pellock, and it looks like we are going to get a double hit call.
We see Hope up here 12-11. Staying strong, but it's very close. And Alma coming in here doing a good job as well.
Yeah, now if Alma, connects those good plays that they've had, this could be a completely different game soon, and Alma could start pulling away. As Muxlow makes a good connection on that hit. Miller to serve. Luke with a good return. Hackett chooses to go to Baker. A little far off the mark, but Baker makes it. Zimmer tries to make the most of it, but that goes right into the top of the tape of the net. So Haley Muller will go back to serve. Still close, 13-12. As Zimmer gets this one up. Novak will set back row to Miller. Muller with a good dig. Hackett once again goes to Baker with a lot of power behind that flare hit. Great placement.
That was a fireball there. I mean, that just came shooting off of her fist, and beautiful play.
And smart move by Hope to make that a quick play, just a 1-2 punch. And for Muller to come back with a deep serve close to that back line. This is the kind of oomph that Hope needed.
Yeah, they're on a little bit of a roll here. Let's see if they can keep it going here.
Muller once again tries to go for the deep serve. Muller, a tricky server. You see in the last home game against Olivet, she really confused Olivet's back row by serving anywhere from at the 10-foot line to the back of the back baseline. So really got to be careful when Muller's serving. Riedberg once again with a power hit on a line shot. And she just kind of soared over that block. Paige Baker to serve.
Yeah, she already has 2 kills here tonight. Very impressed with what she's brought as she leaves the game momentarily.
Paige Baker with a serve into the net for Miranda Schaefer to go back to serve. Hackett will set up Riedberg again. Riedberg with a nice placement on that.
Yeah, that was great vision by her to go across the court and just see a little opening and attack it.
Yeah, and good for her to kind of keep them on their toes as she'd gone line the past 2 hits to kind of mix things up. Schaefer will set back row to Miller. Miller goes to Muller. Hackett says back row to Muller. Off the block. Miller gets a hand on it. Schaefer will save it. Joust at the net, but we're going to get a net violation on Bush, it looks like, Katie Bush. So we're going to get a timeout from Alma as Hope kind of pulled away a little bit as it's now 18-14. But back and forth it's been this whole game. It's never really felt like either team has really dominated the court in any way. Both Alma and Hope making consecutive good plays to kind of put them ahead by 1 or 2 points. But Clayton, you can disagree with me right now, but I think now is kind of the most crucial time as Hope's nearing the the point mark for the win at 18, and they're trailing by 14. This next side out could be a very huge opportunity for them.
Yeah, there's no question. And Alma, you know, they can go one of two ways at this point in this first game as they see themselves down 4. But you got to give them credit for coming out. They kept it really close early on, and we saw a lot of focus out of them to keep it close against this Hope team, nationally ranked and at the top of the MIAA standing. So, again, give the Scots a lot of credit.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think we would have even seen. You would have think both these teams were even in record, even in rankings, whatever it may be. Alma came in here with zero fear on their face, knowing what they had to do to win this game, and they're executing it pretty well so far. So both teams come back on the court. Sophia Hackett to the line to serve. 18-14 Hope as Hackett serves that in the net. That's the third served into the net for Hope.
That's a big break for Alma as well. Let's see if they can take advantage of this opportunity, right now.
Zimmer goes to Muller. Luke will set this back row to Muller. Good dig right there from Zimmer. Looks like we're going to have a little mix-up.
Award it to Hope.
Looks like the head ref and the sideline ref had two different calls. And I think they're going to call it an out of bounds. So that will be point for the Dutch. Gabby Vachon will head back to the line to serve. She serves this one to Cantrell. Schaefer sets up O'Keefe. Good block by Ditzenberger and Muller.
That's a great block, and you said it earlier, we haven't seen much blocking out of Hope, but they're getting it going as of late, and we see them here up 20-15 as Vachon serves.
Cantrell with a nice setup for her setter to Bush. Great. Amazing solo block by Ditzenberger. Great timing on that. I was just about to say, Katie Bush had a good angle on that hit, some good height off the ground, but Ditzenberger has longer arms than I intended.
Yeah, she's showing off her athleticism, got the good wingspan, long arms, and it paid off there as we were in another timeout.
Yeah, and I think it might change the dynamic of the game if Hope really starts throwing a couple people at the hitters to block, just like it kind of changed things for Hope, for Alma throwing that double block up as we see some replays right here. Or not, sorry. Oh yes, replays. But yeah, that double block right there. Hope has a pretty decent height for a D3 team, so really using that to their advantage could be huge going farther into this season and into this game as it's 21-15 Hope. Alma really gonna have to make some combinations, some quick combinations, like you said in the last time out, right off the start is gonna be huge because they're already down 6, getting down 7 or 8 is a much higher deficit to recover from.
Yep, this is a big stretch right here for both teams.
Gabby Vachon back to serve. She goes to Cantrell, will take this one as Schaefer sets up O'Keefe. Doesn't look like O'Keefe was really ready for that either. Good job by Ditzenberger and Muller to take control of that net.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Ditzenberger, what she's done the last few volleys here. And
good return right there as Katie Bush gets some good height on that hit. Finds good placement in the back row. So we'll have Brooke Mason check back into the game to serve. She's a junior from Marshall. Luke will return this. Hackett goes to Muller. Muller, good placement, but good dig right there from Mason. As Hackett will choose to go Dunlap this time. Good job by Schaefer to get that ball up. And we're going to get a free ball over from O'Keefe, but she couldn't get it quite over the net.
And it's just an unforced error like that that has costed Alma ever since they got out to an early lead by a point or two.
Mason with the return. Schaefer going to get called for another double hit. These past 2 plays, they've really made Schaefer, the setter, move a lot and work a lot on those plays to get in position to set her hitters up for a good ball. This time we'll go to Miller. Luke will set up Muller. Good up by Schaefer. As Mason sets up Miller, again. Hackett goes to Muller again, who just tips that one into the net.
Yeah, I think that Alma front line kind of got in her head a little bit as they saw them coming up and jumping up there, and we saw the ball fly right into the net.
Novak to serve. Vachon with good positioning. Goes to Dunlap. Dunlap goes cross. Zimmer gets her hands on it, but that one will sail out of bounds to allow Hope to take the first win of this match. And while they are switching sides, I'm going to give you a quick recap of how their weekends looked. So as Clayton said earlier, Hope comes in 8-4 overall and in conference 4-0. And their recap of the weekend, the Flying Dutch are coming off a 2-2 weekend at Elmhurst College, as you're going to see some replays right here from that last set. Once again, a really good hit by Ditzenberger right there. And at partner block that we've been talking a lot about for both teams, that right there was for Hope.
There was Ditzenberger again on that last one, and we've said her name plenty so far tonight just because of the way she's come out and shown a lot of energy on that front line. She's 6 foot, a lot of height, and able to get that ball over the net and get some blocks here for Hope, which has come up huge in that first set.
Yeah, and Ditzenberger, one of those players that has kind of paid her dues in the program. She's a junior now from Centennial, Colorado. Did not know that, but she has paid her dues in this program, did not get a lot of playing time freshman and sophomore year. Had a pretty decent-sized injury, I believe, sophomore year. I'm not quite sure on that one, but kind of sidetracked her a little bit. But she has worked so hard to get to this place and be such a contributing factor for this Hope team thus far.
Yeah, and we've seen that tonight, the way she's contributed. Another note about tonight's game is it's Dance Marathon Awareness Night here at Hope for Hope Volleyball. And throughout the night, Hope students are going to be sharing information about Dance Marathon and what it raises money for, which is, of course, Helen DeVos Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids. And we also had, for the national anthem tonight, Miracle Kids Livy and Ella Neifart, and they performed the national anthem and did a beautiful job singing it. So it's just really cool to see people out here becoming more aware about this cause and Dance Marathon and what it means to the Hope community, because it means a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, Dance Marathon, one of my favorite things at Hope College, if not my most favorite thing at Hope College. Gotten to be on a couple of their committees, and Clayton and I have had the amazingly hard and wonderful opportunity to go through that 24-hour.
Oh, man.
Yeah, after those 24 hours, you feel some way you've never felt before, but it's just really awesome to raise awareness, and I'd be more than happy to stay on my feet for 24 hours again to help those kids out who are so awesome and inspiring to us.
Yeah, it's a satisfying thing, too, after those 24 hours are done, and knowing it was for a great cause like this.
And what a cool thing for an entire college campus of 18 through 22-year-olds to come together, and just over half of Hope's campus participates in it, and that it's just this incredible event that I think is just really awesome.
Yeah, we're proud to be a part of it tonight, raising awareness, so we'll do our part.
Yeah, and if you feel so inclined to donate, you can go to Hope College Dance Marathon, find some links there to donate whatever you have to offer. Now we are going to start the second set, as Mallory Luke, our libero, will serve this one up to start us off. She goes to Zimmer. Quick tip right here from the Fighting Scots. Dunlap will go for a joust at the net, but doesn't quite make a connection with it.
And a good effort by Vachon to come all the way over here by the scores table and grab that one. It didn't pay off points-wise, but definitely a good effort.
This ball's up by Miller. Muller kind of mismarks it. We'll see if Luke can free ball it over. Can't quite put the power on it that she needs to put it over the net.
This is big for Alma, getting off to a 2-0 start after losing that first set, but we have been impressed with what we've seen so far, and let's see if they can keep it up.
Hackett will set this ball up to Muller over the partner block as Novak sets that one up. Cantrell will go to Zimmer, which had a lot of power on that ball, and we'll have miscommunication between Hackett and Luke. The old husband and wife duo that you hear about. As Miller will serve this one to Vachon once again. Close to the net. Hackett makes the most of it. Luke is there to recover. Baker go again. Cantrell gets some hands on it, but that just goes out of bounds.
Baker with the power, like you said. She's got so much speed on her ball. Able to force that error there by Alma, but you can't really blame Alma for not picking that one up.
Jenna Vanderlaan serves this ball. Cantrell's there. Novak will set Pellock. Good placement, but Vanderlaan's there. Hackett goes to Baker. Once again, Novak there for the help. This ball is up at the net. Cantrell once again, another joust. This ball will continue to Muller. As Zimmer with the dive to get that ball up.
Muller was able to recognize a hole back there across the net and capitalized on it. Beautiful play.
Vanderlaan with a deep serve to Cantrell. Novak goes to Pellock again. Good placement, good up by Vachon and Luke as Miller tips this over, but good dive right there for Cantrell. This ball's gonna go in the stands, but Luke is there and we'll get a free ball from Muller. Miller will set this ball up, and Muxlow with a hard hit. Luke once again there to save. This ball goes deep corner where Miller just cannot get there in time. Good fast pace and just resilience on that play from both teams.
Yeah, great job by Hackett to just find that spot, and can't talk enough about the effort there. That was a great point right there as we see some discussion going on between one of our officials and coaching staff of Alma.
Looks like we're all sorted out, whatever that may be. Vanderlaan serves this over to Cantrell again. Novak's going to set Pellock. Vanderlaan again with the return to Muller. Good partner block, but that line judge is going to call that one out of bounds. But good heads-up play from Muxlow and Pellock to be prepared for the block. And that was Zimmer. This ball is going to go up to Muxlow. Hackett sets up Baker. Muxlow's there. Novak is going to get Pellock. Good line shot, noticing that Luke was cheating up a little bit towards that 10-foot line.
Another close one here in this second game. I mean, definitely you're in the early going. 4-4 here. Either team with the shot.
Paige Baker once again. Some good footwork right there, but too strong to sail that one out. Bailey Cantrell back to serve. She goes to Luke. Hackett will set up Muller. Partner block. Got the lucky spin off both those hands, but good heads up from Bush and Pellock. Cantrell goes deep to Vachon. That one's up against the net. And those are the balls that normally hitters in the front row love to see coming up close to the net. Basically like a set from the other side, but Bush couldn't do anything with it. Muller with a deep serve, and that's the 4th or 5th missed serve from Hope so far tonight. As Schaefer will come back to serve. She goes a little bit shorter to Vanderlaan. Hackett finds Rietberg. And that ball goes into the tape. Becky Schmidt not happy.
Yeah, just threw her clipboard against the ground and kind of chewing her team out here. As they find themselves down here 8-5 against Alma in this second game. And the timeout was called. So definitely gut check time here for this Hope team. She's not happy with the way they're playing.
Yeah, and I think Becky Schmidt's pretty calm as a coach for most coaching. In my 3 years of broadcasting, I don't think I've ever seen her express that kind of emotion before. So Hope's back in this, now down.
Yeah, we'll see if that lights a fire behind this Lady Dutch team.
Maybe that's what they needed.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Right. Someone's got to light the fire, and sometimes that's got to be the coach. But, I mean, props to the Alma Scouts for coming back, making some good combinations, and really focusing on this second sets on the little things. You see Hope miss a couple serves, a couple hits into the net, and Alma's really kind of cleaned things up.
No question about it.
As I think I just jinxed them as they served that one out of bounds.
Yep. That's another unforced error that you look for Alma. And when they're trying to come in here and beat a team like Hope that's higher ranked than they are, those are going to be costly. It could come down to hurt them.
And that's what you wanted after that timeout for Hope, to get 2 quick back-to-back points.
Yeah, now Coach Schmidt, you see her encouraging her team.
Mm-hmm.
She's happy with those 2 points.
Baker with another missed serve, but Brianna Zimmer will head back to the line to serve. Muller will get this. Hackett finds Rietberg. Good, strong hit to Schaefer. I mean, your reaction time has just got to be incredible to get that ball off Katie Rietberg's hand.
Nearly impossible. As it's 9-8 here for Alma.
Hackett to serve. That one goes to Zimmer. O'Keefe will set back row to Zimmer. Muller gets that ball close to the net, and fantastic block by Bush to send that one straight down.
Yeah, that looked like a slam dunk there in basketball by Katie Bush.
Yeah, and Katie Bush did play basketball in high school. I played against her going to a school in Grand Rapids. We were in the same conference, so got to play against her. Phenomenal athlete. Luke gets this ball up. Hackett goes to Dunlap. A little bit of miscommunication from Schaefer and Miller. Gabby Vachon will sub back in to play back row for Rietberg and serve this ball. Vachon goes to Zimmer. Schaefer's jump sets O'Keefe. Hackett returns that as Luke will set up Muller. Good dig right there from Zimmer. Hackett pops that ball up. Muller will get the hand on it. Mason mishandles it. So Hope will tie up the game at 10s. And Alma really needs right here to stop this Hope College energy, which they just did, as another missed serve from Hope.
Yeah, I think one of the things Coach Schmidt is unhappy about is just the way that this Hope team has gotten a couple points, gotten some momentum, but then kind of let Alma back in. And it's got to be frustrating for that coaching staff, as that's been the trend so far.
Leah Dunlap with a hard hit. Making herself known in tonight's match. Not seeing a lot of sets tonight, but making sure that the one she does get, people remember. As Novak will set up Miller. Luke there to dig. Hackett goes out to Haley Muller. Over the black, Novak will tip it over. Luke once again goes to Muller. Off the block, Novak's there. Mason sets up Miller. Miller with the tip, Hackett with the hustle. And we're gonna get a free ball over from Vachon. Zimmer was there as this ball's gonna go up to Pellock. Hackett gets it, but we're gonna get a net violation by Paige Baker.
So give Alma a lot of credit for coming out in this second game after losing the first one And getting right back at it as we see them in the lead, 12-11.
Yeah, Alma being really scrappy on every single play, making sure they get the ball over the net anyway, anyhow. Muller will hit this ball. Mason's there. Novak goes out to Zimmer. Zimmer will send that out. Jenner Vanderlaan subs back in for Dunlap. Novak will set back row to Miller. Roll shot, pancake right there from Luke. Deshaun will roll shot that over. This ball goes up to Muxlow. Nice placement off the hands of the block. So Bailey Cantrell back to serve. Deshaun reaching for that, but couldn't get her feet there in time to get good positioning. Cantrell once again to serve.
This opportunity for Alma to pull away.
Heck goes out to the outside to Muller. Alma recovers. Hackett chooses again to go to Muller. Good movement there by Zimmer to get to the ball. Pellock has time. Deshaun a little slow on the move. Cantrell slowly taking the lead for her team on these serves. As once again, I gotta stop saying that because I jinx it every time.
Yep, the broadcaster's jinx. Just like the free throw line.
It's so true.
Right when you bring it up.
I learned in basketball. I gotta start learning in volleyball. As we'll see the first appearance from Shannon Hoekstra, a freshman from Ada, Michigan. As this ball's set up, and we're gonna get a double hit from Novak. Oh, I'm very sorry. I just said number 14 for Alma, when in reality, it's Cutler for Hope College, so I apologize for that mix-up. As Cutler will get the ball on that, and Baker tips the ball. We're gonna get a tip off the block. Good placement by Paige Baker, otherwise that would have been a point for the Scots. So Cutler bringing them back, 15-15. Miller with the good dig. As Pellock floats that one out of bounds.
Hope on a little bit of a roll here, getting up 16-15. Crucial spot.
Cutler with a sneaky line serve right there. I think that had everyone fooled.
That's what they must have brought her in for, the freshman.
Yeah, what a key place for a freshman to be. A lot of pressure on you in a game that's so close. And serving, one of the most important things and sometimes hardest thing to do.
Absolutely.
And with Hope missing a lot of serves, incredible job by Cutler coming in and making a difference for her team.
And Carly, you mentioned this. You brought this up earlier, and the game was going so fast I didn't have a chance to say it. But you talked about how Alma was really scrappy. They're getting the ball over the net by any way possible. And you take a look at the stats, and Hope has 21 assists, Alma with just 12. But yet the game is so close,
right.
And the way that they're playing is so scrappy. And you know, you got to give them credit for doing this without getting many assists. They have a different style than Hope plays. They're getting a lot of their points on some nice blocks and things like that. So keep an eye on that as we go forward. The fact that Hope is assisting on a lot more of their points.
Yeah, and no one cares how it looks like as long as you score the point. It could be the ugliest play, it could be the most fantastic ESPN top 10 play, whatever it may be. But if you're staying in the game and getting the ball over the net, it doesn't matter how it looks. Just like goal in soccer, it could be a 30-yard kick or it could be a deflection off a player. It doesn't matter. It's still a goal either way.
Scoreboard's the only thing that matters.
Exactly.
Alma's keeping it close right now and challenging this highly ranked Hope team.
So dear Cutler once again from the line to keep her team rolling. Tries to go for that line attack again, but can't get it.
Very, very close.
So key moments right here for Alma. If they take the lead and they can maintain it, they'll be sitting really pretty going into that third set if they tie this up with a 1-1. Schaefer comes in to serve. Luke with a good setup for her team, and Hackett with the sneaky tip over as Cantrell will free ball it over. Hackett this time chooses to go to Baker. Baker with a good flare shot.
And that's what she brings. We've seen her a couple times get ahead of herself and kind of fly one out of bounds long. But when she gets a hold of one and has the accuracy on it, there's just sometimes no chance for the other team to pick that up.
Baker with another deep serve as Schaefer sets Bush this time. Holy cow, when Bush wants to, she just gets so on top of the ball, and incredible hit by Bush right there.
Yeah, and she says touche right there to Paige Baker.
Cutler with a nice setup. Hackett will find Rietberg. Rietberg sails this one out, and Alma will tie it up at 18. Big side out for Hope right here. Big point opportunity for Alma. Vanderlaan with an amazing setup. Ditzenberger comes in off the flare. Cantrell will set up Miller, and that hits the antenna. Vanderlaan and Muller will come back in.
Cutler coming out, and good effort by her on that tricky serve down the line.
Hackett will come in to serve, or to serve. Cantrell gets the hands on it. Schaefer goes to Miller. Luke with the up. Muller's going to find Rietberg, so she'll free it over. Schaefer's going to go outside to Miller once again, and another powerful hit by Alma. Good placement on that line. Hackett was not expecting it.
Yeah, and I think she expected Dunlap to block that one and wasn't expecting it to come all the way back there. And I don't know if she could have gotten to it either way. That was very fast.
Yeah, I think if Dunlap would have gotten maybe a touch on it, that could have been a better chance for Hackett to get it. But either way, good strong hit from Alma. So once again, they're going to go to Miller, but Muller's there. This time they choose Dunlap. Good dig by Schaefer. Mason will set up O'Keefe. This time Ditzenberger gets hands on it. Hackett goes up. Ditzenberger a little too soon, but Alma recovers. O'Keefe once again.
You see Alma with this lead, 20-19. They're pushing it later into this second game than we saw them kind of fade in that first one, but they are right in there with the lead. Let's see if Hope can come back.
And Luke expecting someone behind her to get that tip or off the block, but miscommunication right there is Mason, who gave Alma a bit of a lead with her serving earlier on, is going to come back to do it again. Dunlap gets some hands off that off the block. Rietberg will get that down. Mason tries to get a hand on it, but good play right there from Rietberg to make the most out of that. Gabby Vachon to serve, 21-20 Alma. Mason gets that ball up. Schaefer finds O'Keefe off the block. Alma recovers. This time Miller will get it. Floater to Hackett. Good smart move by Luke. Muller's going to get it. Schaefer this time chooses to go to Muller. Vachon's there for the dig. Hackett goes back to Muller. Line shot. Schaefer gets the ball up, but too powerful of a hit by Haley Muller. And we are tied once again at 21.
All knotted up.
Gabby Vachon serves this one. Bush will get it. Luke's there for the dig. Hackett finds Dunlap for a good deep back baseline hit.
That's about as close as you can get from being out of bounds there.
Yeah, that's flirting with the line right there.
That is a great job as we have a timeout here, but Hope reclaiming that lead, getting up one here as we are down the stretch in this second game.
Yeah, but Alma doing such a great job. You said some of the stats last time, looking at assists. They only have 15 now. I think you said 12 early on, so only 3 more assists than they had going into the last timeout or break that we had. But Alma's still doing a really great job with, regardless of if they get the block, they're still going up, so still pressuring those Hope hitters and being really scrappy in their back line and making sure that they get the ball over the net. Their back row working really hard on the digs, having some good vision from that back line. Well, Hope just is doing pretty good on the hits, but having a hard time connecting those big moments together.
Yeah, and I think one of the glue pieces to this team is Gabby Vachon on the back line. We've seen her serve a lot, and she's just consistent getting that serve in there. It's not the hardest serve you've ever seen, but she puts it in play, puts her teammates in good position to play on some returns, and got to give her credit as we see her go back to serve right now. Once again, as Hope's up 22-21.
Yeah, and Hope's whole back line as a whole, Mallory Luke doing an amazing job in that libero position, being the person that hustles to every single play no matter where that ball is. She's gone into the bleachers. She's fallen on the floor countless times. As you see right there, Luke is going to free ball this over. O'Keefe's there. Schaefer will find Zimmer in the back row, and Zimmer hits that ball into the net. So
almost looks like they're just 2 points away from surviving this second game where Alma has pushed them to the brink here.
Mason gets this ball up. Schaefer will find Miller, in the back row. Or front row, I'm very sorry. (23-22). Win by 2. Novak. Haley Novak to the line to serve from Midland. Luke there to return. Hackett finds Muller with the tip. Good choice right there from Muller. It's been a while since we saw a tip from the Hope Dutch team, so very good choice right there from her. As we have set point right here, possibly, as another missed serve from Hope. So big opportunity right here for Alma. A do or die situation. Baker's there to get that sneak of a serve over. Muller with a good hit. Novak will set this ball up. Pellock with a deep set. Hackett with a tip. Bush was there to get it up. And once again, she'll save this ball. As this ball's gonna go out to Muller. Off the hands, good dig by Miller. This time to Pellock. Hackett's there. Luke will set up Dunlap. Dunlap off the block. Good shot by Dunlap to win that second set.
And what a good volley that ended. I mean,
Yeah.
all action-packed, electric action there at the end, and Hope sneaks out of that one. Now up 2-0. 2 games to none.
Yeah, definitely some good effort right there by Hope to sneak that one through, but amazing job by Alma to make that a difficult win for Hope, as we see some replays right here. Good diving play of Mallory Luke to keep that ball alive. Another tomahawk hit from Rietberg.
Yeah, and a lot of those replays, you see a lot of the good things that Hope is doing. And but in between those, there's some mistakes that they're having, and those need to be cleaned up if they want to get out of here cleanly with the win against this inferior Alma team in terms of record.
And to give you some context of what the heck is going on right now, as Clayton mentioned early on, this is our dance marathon night here tonight at Hope. And this is the line dance that all the Dream Team members, so the people who plan Dance Marathon, are head of all the committees, kind of the ins and outs of Dance Marathon, make this line dance. And through the 24 hours, you learn a different part of the line dance each hour. So it's a 10-minute line dance, and you'll learn different parts of it throughout the 24 hours. So this is what you're watching, and
Yeah, and Carly, just to throw some stats at you.
Yeah.
As we're in this break in between games here. I mean, you take a look at the assists, and we've talked about how Hope is playing that different kind of style of game than Alma does in terms of the way they score their points and the way they put points up on the board. Hope is really right now being led by Sophie Hackett, who has 20 assists out of the 27 total for Hope. And you got to give her a lot of credit for what she's done and setting up a lot of those points. I mean, you know, it's not credited as a point for her, but giving her teammates a shot and giving them an opportunity to score. But on the other side, you see leading the Alma Fighting Scots is Miller with 5 kills, Paylock with 4 kills, and they've done a good job as well. Keeping Alma in this, you know, it's closer than it looks. You see 2 games to 0, Hope in the lead, but it's been very close throughout, and it's been a very entertaining match as we've seen all night long.
So as Dream Team walks off, we'll have a minute or so left in this break before the third set, starts. And following this game, there will be a JV game against the Alma Scots JV team and Hope College's JV team.
You gonna stick around for it?
You know, I have a lot of homework to do tonight. My Spanish novel that I have to read is calling my name, so yes, sadly no.
Yep, I know the feeling.
The life of a college kid. But I mean, that's why I give major props to all student athletes out there. For Alma for having to travel here tonight and go to class tomorrow morning, it can take a toll on someone, and the homework really piles up on you. So being a student athlete, very difficult thing to do, but very impressive thing to do as well.
It really is.
So Hope takes the court, and the Scots follow suit as we start this third set. Looks like we're going to get some new faces from Hope on the court. Number 8, Ryan Stutz. And I believe we're going to see a little bit from number 6, Vanessa Reinhout. So Alma's going to start this third set off. And number 8, Haley Novak will serve. Haley Novak, a freshman, doing a really great job as the setter position. I feel like we haven't talked about that enough. This Alma team has a lot of freshmen playing key roles. Canchel, the libero, as a freshman, doing an amazing job. Novak as a freshman. They got a couple of seniors. Miller, just a sophomore. So some of these really key players for Alma are making some big impacts. So it'll be exciting to see how they grow throughout these next 2-3 years that they have, as they make a good combination right there to give themselves the first point.
Yeah, like you said, this is a young Alma group, and imagine in a couple of years these same players coming into a place like DeVos Fieldhouse, playing a top-tier program like Hope. And we might see them compete even a lot more than they already are tonight as just young freshmen and sophomores.
Good block right there from Muxlow and Pellock. Novak continues to serve. Hard serve right there. Hackett tries to keep that ball alive, but that goes behind the head ref. So Alma off to a quick 3-0 lead as Luke sets herself up well. Muller, amazing line shot. Seemed like Novak was ready for it, but couldn't get it to connect.
Muller with her 8th kill there of the night.
Jenna Van Leerlaan will serve this one to Miller. Novak finds Pellock. Pellock with kind of a roll shot to Van Leerlaan. This ball's tipped over again by Muller, doing a great job. Really kind of mixing things up, on her hits. She's had a hard hit, as we just saw, that Novak tried to dig but couldn't quite connect, and then switching it up with a tip. Smart move on her play. Novak finds Miller. That one rolls off a couple Dutch players.
Yeah, and like you just said, Muller, just being the senior, it's got to just be reps in practice and the experience she's had in games, recognizing what she has on the other side of the net and mixing up what kind of looks she's going to give. And we saw it there that last point, 2 points ago.
Once again, they'll choose to go to Muller, but as well as she has been tonight, she can't get that ball down. It's Miller, who's had a phenomenal night in both the back row and the front row, goes back to serve. Vanderlaan sets up Muller. Muller with wide open middle for her hit to go. So she'll send herself back to the line to serve. Cantrell with a good bump on that play. Team block right there by Baker and Hackett. Pellock will roll this ball over. Reaper trying to make the most of it. Rolls it off the tape on the Scott side to give her team some points.
Yeah, she goes across the court. Good job recognizing what she had.
Cantrell can't connect to that. One of the few balls we've seen from her tonight that haven't been well put up as Muller goes right back to Cantrell. Bush once again with some good angle on that, but Muller's there for the dig. This ball's back over. Hackett finds Baker. Baker through the hands of Zimmer. Doing a great job challenging that solo block.
And it's tough to block that with the kind of power that Baker has off of her shot.
Zimmer with the return. Pellock rolls that ball over off the block. Hackett finds Rietberg, who roll shots that over. Good hustle by Miller. This ball goes out to Zimmer. She'll send that one out of bounds. We're going to get a sub right here, and we're going to see Allison Whitehead for the first time tonight. She'll go in the back row as this ball served to Whitehead. Pellock trying to make most with deep tip. Hackett tips it right back. Novak's going to find Whitehead. Whitehead with a good first hit. Hackett goes right back to Baker, but there's a partner block. Luke sets up Rietberg on the side. And we're going to get that ball to hit the antenna. Oh, I lied. We'll get a tip.
And that's what Alma's players and their coaching staff were clamoring for there. And it looked like they were going to do that, but the point is awarded to Hope. 8-5. Coming back after Alma had an early lead.
Good hustle right there from Vanderlaan and Luke. But not quite fast enough as Cantrell goes back to the line to serve for the Fighting Scots. Low serve right there. Muller gets a hand on it. Quick tip back by Hackett. Good dig from Cantrell. Baker off the block. Miller tries to chicken wing, but too deep for her to handle. Baker back to serve. Rolls that one over to get the ace.
Alma just not ready for that as they hit off the net and bounced down. They weren't ready, and Hope gets that point as they're extending their lead here, up 4.
This ball's going to Bush off the block. As Baker will sub out, and Baker from California, so her parents probably were watching tonight, so sending hi and love from Holland, Michigan, all the way to California. As Miranda Schaefer goes back to the line to serve. Vanderlaan will set that ball up nicely as Reinhout gets a good first hit in her pants, and they go right back to her, and she goes right back to Cantrell, who's getting that ball up in the air. Whitehead, kind of mishandles that, but we'll get that to bounce off the tape onto Hope's side.
A big opportunity for Alma here to cut this deficit.
Rietberg with a roll shot to the middle. Good vision right there by Rietberg. Normally, we've seen Rietberg go hard to the line and hard back, but smart move right there to mix things up and do a nice little roll shot right into the middle that Alma left wide open. Cantrell with another good return, this time to Bush. That will bounce off the net, but line judge call it out. Hackett to serve. Deep one with another missed serve from Hope. Clayton, I gotta believe they're gonna do a lot of serving drills in practice tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gotta be one of the things that has frustrated Coach Schmidt. You've mentioned it every time. It's just they add up.
Right.
And that's free points.
Yeah, you're handing points over to the other team.
And of course that happens once in a while.
Right.
You can't blame them for that. But it seems to be happening, and it's kind of uncharacteristic tonight. So yeah, I'm sure they'll work on it and get that cleaned up.
Gabby Vachon to serve. Cantrell doing an amazing job on the serve receive. Is Reinhout. Good timing. However, it goes off her hands, out of bounds. Just the power that Bush supplied right there. It's Brooke Mason comes in to serve. Good floater to Muller. Hackett will set up Muller. Muller with a hard hit. Joust at the net. Reinhout wins.
Reinhout just showing off the athletic ability, getting up there, putting her hands up. Good things happen, and they did right there.
Yeah, Reinhout not getting a lot of playing time in this game so far. However, really making those points count that she is in. Good block right there, solo block from Haley Muller. Mallory Luke will continue to serve. Whitehead with a good receive. This ball goes to Miller. Off the partner block of Baker and Stutz.
And as we're just about halfway or just past halfway points-wise in this third game, it's an opportunity right now for Alma to cut into this deficit as they're serving. But it's also an opportunity for Hope to pull away, so it could go one of two ways here as we progress.
Sutton get showing off her vertical right there. She tips that ball over. Vachon gets hands on it. Hackett goes to Baker with a hard hit off the hands of Miller. Vanderline comes back in. Before that last play, we saw Pellock and Muxlow, come back in. Whitehead keeps this ball alive. Alma will free ball it over as Hackett finds Baker with a hard line deep hit. Give Hope the point as Hope takes the lead 17-11. Which, Clayton, I think that kind of snuck up on me the way that Alma's been playing and the little mistakes that Hope has made. I think I lost track of the score and surprised by that one.
And it just shows the talent of this Hope team. I mean, they've struggled at times. They've had some errors that are uncharacteristic, like we've talked about at length. The serves into the net, but at the same time, when they do get on a roll, when they get going, you can just tell. This is a team that has some experience on it. I mean, some of the players that are veterans got that experience when they were younger, and now you're seeing it. And people like Paige Baker, the senior, also Muller, the senior as well, and they're kind of leading the way.
Yeah, and both teams doing a really great job of getting some subs, multiple players involved in this game, some key players as we see Reinhout coming in off the bench and Stutz coming in off the bench making a difference, and Cutler in the last set doing an amazing job coming in. But Alma as well as they have Brooke Mason doing a great job in the back row and with her serve receive and serving in general, amazing job coming in. Allison Whitehead kind of thrown into this game as well, doing a great job in finding her place on the court. We've seen a little bit of O'Keefe in earlier sets, but another one off the bench doing an amazing job. So both teams doing a really great job of utilizing all the talent they have on their benches. This ball is set up to Pellock. And Luke will give this one to Muller. Off the tape, but Novak's there. Mason serves Miller. Baker gets some hands on it, and Hackett will free ball it over. Novak's going to go back to Miller, off the hands of Hackett, but Mason's there, excuse me. Pellock with a hit. Vachon's there. Hackett chooses to go to Muller. Good dig right there from Zimmer. Novak goes back to Miller. Vachon with some good positioning. Hackett goes to Baker. Zimmer with good effort. This ball's up to Pellock. We got a tip. Luke's there. Some good hustle again by Luke, but big point for Alma to gain control of.
Yeah, and credit to Luke for even getting there and getting a hand on it, but good job by Alma and picking up that point. As they're down 5, still in it. I mean, there's still a lot of points to go, and they can kind of creep back in this thing.
Yeah, and big props to Zimmer and Mason on that last play, keeping those balls alive in the back row. Is Baker with a hard hit into the hands of Muxlow and Zimmer. Cutler, that was talking about previously, coming back into serve. She was the one that spun things around with her serve earlier on in the last set. She'll jump serve this one. Novak finds Pellock, but into the hands of the Dutch. (19-12) Hope. Cutler to serve again. Zimmer with the serve receive. Chooses to go to Pellock again. Vanderlaan with the quick feet. Flare to Baker. Baker getting some good power in that. Good hustle by Zimmer to try to keep that ball alive.
20-12, Hope College starting to pull away here as we're going to have another timeout, but the Hope fans giving their team some love is they're starting to pull away in this third game.
Yeah, but if you're Alma, you can't be too discouraged, or to get away from this 8-point deficit, you just got to go back to what they were doing so well in the first game of the set, and even last set, how they were making Hope really work hard for every play that they made. They were really attacking the net, putting a lot of pressure on Hope's hitters. And I think it just kind of comes down to that. They got to connect some more of their combinations. And their quick hits, get Bush involved a little bit more. Muxlow hasn't seen a set in a while, but Pellock doing a really good job in Miller, and you just got to utilize the assets that you have. But if they can re-put that pressure on and find their way with their hits, this could be a different game, seeing how it's been.
Yeah, and the key is to do it right now, coming out of this timeout. Just because it is 20-12, Hope's approaching that 25 mark, and you don't have that much time left. They got to string it together back to back to back to back, because if Hope starts to get some points in between, they're going to find themselves at 25 before Alma creeps up there and is even able to make it closer.
Cutler will continue to serve as we get a sub right away for Katie Rietberg as we see Emma Dumais come in. Zimmer with a good serve receive. Novak finds Muxlow. That goes out of bounds. Crucial serve receive right here for the Fighting Dutch, excuse me. Cutler serves this ball over once again to Zimmer, making her work hard tonight, and they'll set her right back, making her move all over the place. Dumais gets her first hand on the ball. Whitehead saves, go back to Zimmer. Luke with the dig. Hackett goes to Dumais again. Good dig by Miller. This ball goes up to Zimmer, and she finds the net. Cutler really doing an amazing job on her serves tonight.
Absolutely. Just a freshman.
This time they choose Pellock. Cutler's there for the dig. Mishandled set right there from Hackett. She knew it right away. Bush will come back in. Cantrell goes back to serve. Cutler gets her hands on it. Baker helps her out. Dumais with a good hit to that back corner. Megan Miller dive for it, but she sends it into the stands. Senior Paige Baker back to the line to serve, 23-13 Hope. Paige sends another one into the net. (23-14).
Well, Alma just given another opportunity. So they're down 9. They got to get it going right here. If they want to have a chance here in this third game. Pick up another point there.
Joust at the net right there. Alma wins. Serve right there, and Hope making back-to-back-to-back mistakes. As this is crucial. Alma's bringing it within 7. Props to them for pushing on. Does Jumeo get this ball? Cantrell gets her hands on it, but
Kind of a miscommunication on the back line. They weren't sure who was going to go after it. Nonetheless, Hope here with 24.
so game point right here for Sophia Hackett, 24-16 Hope. As Miller will receive that ball. This time they go to Bush, who sends that out of bounds to give Hope College the win of the third set to take this match 3-0.
Yeah, and Hope advancing to 5-0 in MIAA play. 9-4 overall as Alma will fall to 1-3 in MIAA play. 4-7 overall. But a very exciting match. And Alma, I give them a lot of credit for keeping it as close as they did. And it was a closer one than it'll look. 3-0 here as if you're just going to look at the score after the match.
Yeah, and good luck to Alma and the rest of their season. Hope we'll see them back later on in the season for another conference matchup. But expecting a lot of improvement from this Alma team going on throughout the season. They have a lot of talent to work with. So we see some replays right here. And Hope, their next matchup is Friday against Kalamazoo at Kalamazoo. And then they will be here once again, 5 o'clock on Saturday for one of the biggest matchups of the season. Hope, Calvin, the rivalry. So ladies and gents, it's one that you're not going to want to miss.
Absolutely. That'll be very, very exciting here at DeVos Fieldhouse. Can't miss it.
No. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Once again, I'm Carly Vensois alongside Clayton Safey. Have a good one, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Really? So you have an actual map, like the kind that are hard to fold? You just know where you're going?
No idea.
Don't be this guy when it comes to financial planning. LVZ Advisors. We'll help get you there.
Hey, we're a little lost. You know where the lake is? Yeah.